This is in the continuation of the chapter, The Necklace. Now see from here, page number 43. Yes, I felt it as we came out, but if you had lost it in the street, we should have heard it fall. It must be in the cab. Yes, it is possible. Did you take the number? No. And you did. Did you notice that what it was? No. They looked at each other utterly cast down. Finally, Loisel dressed himself again. I am going, he said, over the track where we went on foot, to see if I can find it. And he went. She remained in her evening gown, not having the force to go to bed. Toward 7 o'clock, her husband returned. He had found nothing. He went to the police and to the cab offices and put an advertisement in the newspapers offering a reward. She waited all day in a state of bewilderment. Before this frightful disaster, Loisel returned in the evening, his face pale. He had discovered nothing. He said, write to your friend that you have broken the clasp of the necklace and that you will have it repaired. Okay, that will give us time, she wrote as he dictated. At the end of a week, they had lost all hope, and Loisel, older by 5 years, declared, we must replace this jewel in a shop of the Palais Royal. They found a chaplet of diamonds which seemed to them exactly like the one they had lost. It was valued at 40,000 francs. They could get it for 36,000. Loisel possessed 18,000 francs, which his father had left him. He borrowed the rest. He made ruinous promises, took money from usurers and the whole race of the lenders. Then he went to get the new necklace, depositing on the merchant's counter 36,000 francs. When Ma'am Loisel took back the jewels to Ma'am Forrester, the latter said to her in a frigid tone, you should have returned them to me sooner, for I might have needed them. Okay, now see the meanings of difficult words on page number 43. See, utterly means completely, wholly. Okay, cast down means tired and sad. Then track means path. Bewilderment means fear. Okay, here confusion. Frightful means full of fear, terrifying. Disaster means a great tragedy. Clasp means fastening device. Understand? What is the meaning of clasp? Means grasp or tightly with one's hand. It's a fastening device. Then dictated means spoke. Chaplet means wreath of flowers, leaves. Understand? Next word is possessed means kept. Ruinous means causing ruin, destructive. Then usurers means those money lenders charging. Okay, which money lenders charging a high rate of interest on money. Understand? So next is lenders. Lenders means who lend money. Then frigid means stiff. Okay, now see the explanation. Now what happened? Mrs. Loisel said that she remembered having it on as okay when she lost it. This is after that when she lost the necklace after return after returning from the party. So when her husband asked her, did she remember about necklace where she had dropped it? Then she said that she remembered having it on as she had felt it while leaving the house of the minister. Okay. Then Mr. Loisel said that if it would have fallen on the street, then they would have heard the sound of it falling, but it means it did not fall there. Okay, as they did not hear anything, which meant that it must have fallen in the cab. Then she replied that it could be possible that what he said was right and asked him if he noted down the number of the car. Both of them had not seen the number of the carriage. They were let down by what had just happened, and Mr. Loisel dressed up again to go out and look on the tracks where they were walking. Okay, they followed the path backward again. Again, they returned to the path wherever they were coming from. Understand? She remained at home wearing, they means only husband has gone. She did not go, she remained at home. And that time, during that time, she was wearing her evening gown, whereas her husband went out in search of the necklace. Okay. Then Mr. Loisel returned at around 7 in the morning and announced that he had not found anything. He did not find the necklace. Okay. He also went to the police, then cabs, offices, and asking about it, and gave an advertisement about in the newspaper and offered a reward for whoever returned it to him. Then Mrs. Loisel waited for her husband that uh, she just waited for her husband for the whole day, and when he returned, okay, what did she do? Only she waited for her husband. By the evening, when he returned, he announced that he had not been able to find the necklace. So that was very hopeless. Situation has become very hopeless for both of them. Then Mr. Loisel told his wife to write a letter to Madame Forrester that they had given the necklace for repairing, as the hook of the necklace had broken. Okay, she did so. After looking for it for almost a week, they decided to buy another necklace. When they did not get it from the market, when they did not discover the necklace anywhere, they finally decided to buy another necklace looking the same like that one, means which she borrowed from her friend. So they decided to buy new necklace. Okay, so now what about Forrester? As they were not able to find the original one, then they started looking for a necklace similar to the one they had lost and found one in a shop. Okay, they found same necklace in a shop at Palais Royal. And what about the price for the necklace? It was 36,000 francs with a discount of 4,000 francs. Understand? Then Mr. Loisel had about how much he had? He had 18,000 francs, which were given to him by his father before his death. He borrowed the rest of money from different money lenders. Okay. He then bought the new necklace. He managed money this way. Anyhow, he managed the money to buy the new necklace from that shop. Okay, by paying the full amount. And then when Mrs. Loisel took the necklace to her friend, Mrs. Forestier, she told her that she should have returned it earlier as she too needed it. Okay, it was required by her also. Now, the next page. Ma'am Forrester did not open the jewel box as Ma'am Loisel feared she would. What would she think if she would perceive the substitution? What should she say? Would she take her for a robber? Ma'am Loisel now knew the horrible life of necessity. She did her part, however, completely heroically. It was necessary to pay his frightful debt. She would pay it. They sent away the maid. They changed their lodgings. They rented some rooms in an attic. She learned the odious work of a kitchen. She washed the dishes. She washed the soiled line, their clothes and dish clothes, which she hung on the line to dry. She took down the fuses to the street each morning and brought up the water, stopping at each landing to catch her breath. And clothed like a woman of the people, she went to the grocers, the butchers, and the fruiters with her basket on her arm, shopping, haggling to the last sou of her miserable money. The husband worked evenings, putting the books of some merchants in order, and nights he often did copying at 5 saws a page. And this life lasted for 10 years. At the end of 10 years, they had restored all. Ma'am Loisel seemed old now. She had become a strong, hard woman, the crude woman of the poor household, her hair badly dressed, her skirts awry, her hands red. She spoke in a loud tone and washed the floors with large pails of water. But sometimes, when her husband was at the office, she would seat herself before the window and think of that evening party of former times, of that ball where she was so beautiful and so flattered. How would it have been if she had not lost the necklace? Who knows? How singular is life and how full of changes. How small a thing will ruin or save one. One Sunday, as she was taking a walk in the Champs, Elysees, to rid herself of the cares of the week, she suddenly perceived a woman walking with a child. It was Ma'am Forestier, still young, still pretty, still attractive. Ma'am Loisel was affected. Should she speak to her? Yes, certainly. And now that she had paid, she would tell her all. Why not? She approached her. Good morning, okay, Jeannie. Her friend did not recognize her and was astonished to be so familiarly addressed by this common personage. She stammered, "But, madam, I do not know. You must be mistaken. No, I am Matilda Loisel." Her friend uttered a cry of astonishment. "Oh, my poor Matilda, how you have changed." Now, see the meaning of difficult words. Page number 44. Perceive means see with the mind. Understand? Substitution, replacement. Horrible means fearful. Heroically means with bravery, boldly. Lodgings means residence. Understand? Attic, Attic, attic means room on the roof. Odious means hateful. Soiled soiled linen, dirty linen. Okay, means clothes. Then haggling, bargaining. Saw means French currency, part of franc. Then restored means given back. Crude means rough. Avery means improper, not proper. Flattered means praised greatly. Then uh, stammered means spoke in a broken tone. And astonishment means surprise. Understand? Now see the meaning of see the meaning of this paragraph. Now what happened? When she brought the necklace bought from the shop to her friend, she did not even open and check the necklace. Okay, returned by Mrs. Loisel. Actually, she expected, Mrs. Loisel expected her friend to open that box. Mrs. Loisel was worried about what would happen if her friend came to know about the replacement of the necklace, and she could blame her to be a thief. Mrs. Loisel realized how horrible life could become. Okay, she knew that they would have to pay the loan that they had taken for the necklace at any cost. So they started to reduce their expenses and save more money. They removed the maid from her job, okay, from cleaning job, okay, changed their houses and rented rooms on the roof of a building. Now she had to learn the tiring and boring job of household, of kitchen, like washing dishes and washing clothes and cooking food and all that. Okay, now she would wash clothes and hang them on the line to dry. She used to go down to the street each morning to get water, and with the very little money that she had, she used to dress like ordinary people and go to the grocery shop, the butcher shop, then fruit shop, with basket to buy the things of daily use. Husband also worked very hard. He was also in a miserable condition. Okay, as he had to work extra time in the evening and often did copying work at night for small amount of 5 saws a page. Understand? They did this for around, I think, more or less for 10 years, and paid back their debt within this period. How long it took to them? For them, it took 10 years, okay, for the payment of that much money. And by this time, Mrs. Loisel had become a hard-working woman of the poor household. She had started looking old with her hair badly kept, okay. All hair became gray. Her hands became red. She used to speak in a loud voice, rough voice, many times to feel good. When her husband used to go to work, she would sit next to the window and think about that ball party, means that party at the minister's house, okay, where she just used to feel good about how beautiful and elegant she looked that day on that party. She would imagine about her life would be if she would not have lost that necklace borrowed from her friend. She used to think about her unpredictable life could be and how a small step could change a person's life bitterly. Okay, now what happened lastly in this paragraph? One day she was relieving herself of the stress of the week and enjoying a walk. Okay, we can say an evening walk along the Champs Elysees when she suddenly saw a lady walking with a child. Okay, and the lady was looking very young, pretty, attractive. Okay, and who was she? She was Mrs. or Madame Forestier. Madame Loisel started thinking about whether she should talk to her or not. Actually, she recognized her. Okay, Mrs. Loisel recognized her friend. That's why she thought, should she talk to her or not? She decided that as she had given her the necklace back and paid back all the debts, so therefore there is a reason to talk to her. Then Madame Loisel went to her and said, "Good morning, Ginny." She said, "Good morning, ma'am." Forrester was confused as she could not recognize the person but thought that she was familiar because only her close friends used to call her by name, that name, okay, Ginny. She told her that she might have got the wrong person, okay, she might be confusing, and that she might be looking for someone else. But Madame Loisel introduced herself to her old friend, and Jeanie Forrester was shocked to see her condition in such a poor and old condition, and a, changed look, quite changed look. Okay, now next paragraph. Yes, I have had some hard days since I saw you, and some miserable ones, and all because of you, because of me. How is that? You recall the diamond necklace that you loaned me to wear to the minister's ball? Yes, very well. Well, I lost it. How is that since you returned it to me? I returned another to you exactly like it. And it has taken us 10 years to pay for it. You can understand that it was not easy for us who have nothing, but it is finished, and I am decently content. Madame Forrester stopped short. She said, "You say that you bought a diamond necklace to replace mine. Yes, you did not perceive it then. They were just alike." And she smiled with proud and smile joy. Ma'am Forrester was touched and took both her hands as she replied, "Oh, my poor Matilda, mine were false. They were not worth over 500 francs." Okay, now see the meanings of difficult words. Page number 45. See, decently content means greatly satisfied. Okay, then recall means remember, bring, or recall an event or a situation. Okay, back into one's mind. See the phrase remember. Then loaned means lend, a sum of money or item, anything else of property. Okay, then next word is decently, means in a way that confirms uh, conforms with the generally accepted standards of respectable or moral behavior. Content means in a state of peaceful happiness. Now the meaning of this passage. This is the conclusion of the whole chapter. So she then replied that she did have some hard days. Who replied? Mrs. Loisel or Madam Lois. Okay. She replied that she did have some hard days since they last met. She said that life had been miserable and it was all because of Ma'am Forrester. Okay. Then Ma'am Forrester asked how was she responsible for her bad days? To which Matilda replied that she had lost Forrester's necklace. To this, she said, means Mrs. Forrester said that it was not possible because she had returned it to her. Matilda replied that she had bought a similar necklace and they had been paying the debt for the last 10 years. Okay. She also said that they were not that rich to afford such an expensive or valuable necklace. Okay. Matilda added that their debt was now over. Okay, right now they get over the debt, that she was satisfied. Now she is satisfied with whatever she had. Then Mrs. Forrester was surprised and asked Matilda if she bought a diamond necklace just to replace her lost necklace, to which she replied, yes. What she replied when she asked her, had she bought a diamond necklace just to replace her lost necklace? To this, Matilda replied, yes. Okay. So then Mrs. Forrester was touched deeply, okay, while holding her in her arms. She held Matilda in her arms and said that the necklace which she had borrowed from her or from Mrs. Forrester was a fake necklace, okay, and it was not worth more than 500 francs, means it was not really a diamond necklace. It was the copy of diamond necklace. Understand? And how much it cost? And it just cost not more than 500 francs. So that's all about the chapter, the necklace. To conclude the chapter, I think the moral given by this lesson is the most important one of all is that you should always or we should always be true to ourselves. Okay. Madam Loisel certainly isn't, and therein lies her downfall. She leads a perfectly comfortable, respectable life. She has a good deal better off than most people in France at the time, and yet she's still not happy with her lot. Her main problem is that she has delusions of grandeur, thinking herself to be better than she really is. Okay. And Matilda's fantasies of living the good life eventually lead to a grim existence of mindless drudgery and grinding poverty. If she had been grateful for what she had then, this wouldn't happen with her. There's nothing wrong with being ambitious in life, and perhaps Mr. Loisel can be criticized on this score, but that doesn't mean pretending to be something you are not. She acts means Mrs. Loisel acts like a princess, thinking she is entitled to better things, but she's simply deluding herself. Okay, and the results of her delusions are disastrous for her and her husband too. So, if one had to sum up the moral of the story is saying, then perhaps we should give the. Uh, I think there are different scenes in the lesson. So, we realize the value of finding happiness with what a person has. Whatever we have, we should be happy in that. Okay, and she had means Mrs. Loisel had everything but thought she had nothing. Furthermore, a more important lesson is that honesty is the best policy. The necklace had value, but it was not worth the cost of the couple's youth. Understand? So that's all about the chapter, the necklace. Thank you so much.